Welcome to the 1 Minute Apologist. If you had 1 minute to be able to unpack for the audience, we interview the world's leading apologists to provide credible answers to curious questions. Mike, when it comes to the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Bart Ehrman claims that we can't know who wrote those Gospels because it doesn't say Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, that those were later additional titles added. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think he could very well be right that the titles Gospel according to Matthew, according to Mark, Luke, and John weren't in the autographs, the originals. Of course, we'll never know that because we don't have the autographs and haven't had them for who knows how long. But it could very well be the case that they weren't in the originals. But that's nothing new or important because one of the most prolific biographers of antiquity, his name was Plutarch, and he wrote 50 biographies that we still have today. He wrote some more that have been lost, but 50 that we still have. And he's writing at a time that crosses over when some of the Gospels were being written. And Plutarch's name doesn't appear once in any of those 50 biographies. So if we're going to say that we can't know that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John wrote them because their name isn't in the title, well then we'd have to throw out all 50 of Plutarch's lives, and nobody would do that because it's pretty unanimous that Plutarch wrote those. And the reason being is because we've got lists that include all of Plutarch's writings, and then you have ancient authors who quote from Plutarch's lives and cite Plutarch as Plutarch said, or something like that. We've got the same thing with the Gospels. We have early writers such as Papias and Irenaeus and Justin who mention the traditional authorship, and then later on you've got Tertullian, Clement of Alexandria, and others, Origen, and many others who are using the traditional authorship of the Gospels. And for several hundreds of years, they're all one voice in saying these things. There was no competing authorship or claim to authorship of these. So, you know, there's a decent case for the traditional authorship of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.